This is the Vigilante Professional Wrestling, Bentley, and this is my Brit Rest journey.
Yo, what's going on? It's your boy, Big Wavy Roy Johnson here.
This is the Professional Nathan Cruz.
Yo, this is Man Like Dorit.
Hi, this is Tom Thurber.
This is Benji.
This is the Asian sensation Kanji.
This is the Nightmare Fuel Hassan Malone.
This is Joe Rage, the Heavyweight Classic.
This is Mad Dog O'Doherty.
This is Tonga.
I'm the Breaker, Carl Kingsley.
This is the infamous Cameron Solis, and you're listening
to
Broken but Glorious.
Broken but Glorious.
To Broken but Glorious podcast, because like me, you are head to toe a pro.
Hello and welcome to my Brit Rest journey on bbgwrestling.com. I'm Chris Lappin. I'm delighted to be joined on the line by the Vigilante of professional wrestling, Bentley. How are you doing this evening?
I'm not too bad. Yeah, how are you?
I'm good. Yeah, very good. I'm back in today. I didn't have a good night's sleep, but I'm all right.
You'll be fine. I'll keep you awake with my interesting conversation.
My dog's getting on in age, and he woke me up 3 times last night to go in the garden. Maybe he's just got a slight water infection or something.
Our dog's great, yeah. So we live in an apartment, but he only kind of needs to go out 2 or 3 times a day.
It's only till recently. He didn't wake up at all during the night, but just the last couple of months. Old age or something just hit him. His back legs have gone. He only likes to walk to the top of the road and back. Goes out, does a poo, comes back. He doesn't like going big walks like we used to.
Yeah.
so we just went from seeming like the energy of a puppy to an old dog for a couple of months. So how's your return post-lockdown been?
Before lockdown, I started wrestling 7 years ago at BCW, and I did a lot of training and then never really got any shows. And then I did kind of a break where I got a bit injured. I had a lot of stuff going on in my personal life. You know, I was only working like RWL, TWA in Darwin, some birthday parties. So I wasn't doing that much really. And then kind of a year before, maybe 6-7 months before lockdown, I thought, no, I need to get back into this because I enjoy it. And I've not really I hadn't prioritized it really.
Yeah.
And then started getting back into it, and then lockdown hit. So, you know, all that happened. But then as soon as lockdown finished, as soon as I could, I went to Future Shock.
Yes.
To start training again with Ridgeway. Just got all that cardio done for months. And then since then, my bookings have exploded for the first time in my career, really. I've got more bookings so far this year than I've ever had in a full year before already. And it's February. So it kind of just snowballed really since BTW and GTM, and I started getting more popular there. It's kind of snowballed. Been good.
Yeah, because you've got a cage match profile. Does that mean you're a wrestler now?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know who did that. I mean, Franco did it, but I didn't do it.
Yeah, and it's only got your Bolton Town wrestling matches on it, but
I mean, there must be someone to do BTW then if it's only had Bolton ones on.
Yeah. Can you talk about any future dates or wait until the announcement?
No, so I've got this Saturday. Saturday 5th at PCW. I'm doing the open ring against Alex Boylin.
Yes.
So it's actually the first time I'll have ever had an official match in the academy. So it's 7 years after after starting training there.
Oh wow!
So strangely, the first time I've been back there as well for about 5 years because I've trained elsewhere and things like that. And I've moved to Manchester, so I trained closer to home. Because I made my PCW debut at the end of January, main show against Danny Hope, which is fantastic.
Wow.
That was a last minute thing as well. 24 hours before I found out about it. So that was that was the biggest name I'd worked. And then so I've got Boylin this Saturday, and then the Friday after is BTW against Franco Varga.
Franco Varga, yes.
Yeah,
did last week. I think that got announced the day we did the interview. Yeah.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've kind of gone from, I don't know, I've suddenly working all these experienced people, and it's amazing for me.
Yes.
Because I've got, Franco Varga, it's next Friday, and then 2 days later I've got Mad Kurt at the Biggest Date Everrr event.
Yes. Yeah, we'll come on to the Biggest Date Everrr in a sec. But you said you only had a couple of months before lockdown. Were there any matches or storylines in 2020 that you were looking forward to working that you couldn't?
I wasn't really part of any. I was literally just a generic face heel, turning up, having a match. It wasn't really part of any storylines really. It's why it's just been an explosion for me of everything since lockdown because I'd always just been, someone who just turns up, has a match, not really fully involved in a roster. So yeah, it's more of I've evolved a lot as a wrestler since lockdown just by training a lot more and going to a lot of different training schools and working with different people.
Have you made any tweaks to your characters for your moveset since returning?
Yeah, so I've got a lot more confident in my own abilities, I think. Because before I would just stick to what I was good, like what I thought I was good at. But now I've started tweaking things. I've changed my finisher, mainly because my finisher was a spinning spine buster, but started working bigger guys. So I thought I can't do that to everyone. Well, I could try, but it's going to be easy to have like a quick finish. So I started doing the Claymore.
All right, cool.
So yeah, I can switch it up now, and then started doing a reverse Alabama, which some people love taking, some people won't. Which is
that looks painful.
Yeah, the lighter people will take it because they don't really care. I mean, so we'll see. We'll see. I don't think I'll be doing it to Franco. Let's be.
No, it's the biggest wrestler ever.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, I'm intrigued because I'm kind of working 3 different people's styles because the week after Franco and Kurt, I've got Sean Only in my first ever main event.
Wow.
At GTM. So it's kind of got Franco, he's kind of the American style. Then I've got Mad Kurt, which is completely different. And then Sean Only, which I'm assuming is just going to be a straight up fight.
Sean Only is a lot of fun. He's been like main events in Wrestle Island, which is my local promotion.
Yeah.
Since I started going in 2007, he's always been around the main events, been a champion. Yeah, he's deceptively big. He's like, he doesn't.
Yeah, he's really tall.
He's like 6'5", 6'6".
Yeah. And I thought I was tall.
He's a striker. He'll hit you hard.
I mean, we'll just batter each other, to be honest, because he stomped me after he turned on me at last GTM show. So.
Oh, amazing. So as you mentioned, you're here to discuss Biggest Date Ever, a one-off wrestling spectacular in Salford, which is an association with Bolton Town Wrestling and Pinfall Wrestling on the 13th of February. So how did you get involved with the event?
So it's kind of like I'm a regular at BCW and Pinfall anyway. So it was kind of just a collaboration. I think Franco, Pinfall, BCW, I think kind of it's all snowballed because I think Franco wanted to put an event on.
Yes.
But then there was nowhere to do it. So I think a few people just got together and thought, well, let's do this. And then, because I'm helping Franco get around a bit whilst he's here as well. So I think it was more of a, do you fancy like working the show? And then, to be fair, I might have been working it anyway because of the BCW and Pinfall Association, because I think, I'm pretty much locked in for most BCW and Pinfall shows for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
So, I wouldn't say that it was the advantage of knowing Franco, but it always helps, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And you're facing Mad Kurt, so it's going to be an interesting match. It's
a clash of sizes.
He's got a bit of a keyboard warrior. He likes to wise you up online and stuff. So.
Yeah, I've never actually met him, so we'll find out.
He's one of the people I'd love to see live. I haven't seen him live yet, but I've seen a lot of him on YouTube.
Yeah,
events and stuff.
Well, I always like to do that for a wrestler anyway. I like to have a flick through YouTube or see if I can find any highlights just to get ideas and, just to see what they're about.
Not going to have a dab off or anything.
No, that's not my style.
The event is main evented by the biggest wrestler ever, Franco Varga, versus somebody who could probably rival him to be called the biggest wrestler ever in Big T. So that's going to be a good classic heavyweight battle, I think.
Yeah, I think. I mean, the pinfall ring's quite small as well, so they're going to look huge.
Yeah.
But I think the whole card's actually pretty decent for just to come in together of a lot of people. It's quite a good card.
Yeah, it's really good. I think Jenny Beavis Nightshade's going to be is cool. I like both of them.
Yeah, Jenny's. I don't think Jenny works as many places as she could potentially work, so it's a good opportunity for her against someone like Nightshade as well. Yeah,
I've only seen Nightshade live once, but I've seen her on PCW shows and stuff on the telly.
Yeah,
she's a lot of fun. So who'll be working the heel in that shit?
I'm not exactly sure. We'll see.
Yeah, I've only ever seen Jenny work as a heel.
I'm trying to think of anything I worked as a say.
I've seen Nightshade. When I saw her live, she worked the face.
I mean, you probably just batter each other.
Yeah.
It'd be fun.
Yeah, you got a Rumble where the winner will take on Rabbit for the Bolton Town Championship. It's from the show.
Yeah. I really want a match against Rabbit. Like, he's a lovely guy, but we just absolutely kill each other. Well, and we both said we want a match for a while. We'll just see what happens. Maybe I'll get a BCW title match at some point. I'm not in the Rumble, but we'll see. If I can beat Franco, then maybe.
Whereabouts in the card's going to be the Rumble? Is it going to be open the show with the Rumble and then open the second half with the championship match? I'm trying to think how you pace this.
As far as I'm aware, the Rumble's opening, but I don't think it's a massive Rumble.
No.
So I think it's maybe 10, not even, maybe a bit more. I think it's just, it's a small Rumble, I think, as far as I'm aware. But it's going to get people going, I think, and then the night will continue. I think it'll be quite it's not a night, it's the afternoon. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it'll be quite a fun afternoon. I think it'll be fast paced.
Yes.
There'll be a lot of stuff going on. I think you only might need to lie down at the end of it, but it'll be fun.
Definitely. Yeah, so that's the biggest show ever, one-off wrestling spectacular in Salford. I'll put the ticket information in the description below the interview. Have a look at it. So,
yeah, and apparently if you put my name in the promo code, you get a 24. Oh no, not 25%. You get the booking fee taken off Eventbrite.
Oh, cool.
Apparently, I've not tried it yet. It's been told.
This is Franco Varga, the biggest wrestler ever, and you're listening to BBG Wrestling.
So let's go way back. Who was your favourite wrestler growing up?
So, like everyone, love The Rock, but I also controversially love Triple H.
Ooh. Depends what era Triple H. Was it the early 2000s Triple H?
I just love him. I still love him now. Even when he comes back for a one-off, I just think his look, his music, even his I can just watch his entrance over and over again. I just think he's so good at what he does, and everything's just meticulous. And it's not everyone's favorite style of wrestling, but it's just everything's got a meaning, and he's so good at everything. And I just think it's amazing to watch.
Yeah, I was a big fan of Triple H. And I don't really like him recently. I hated his match against Batista. I think that went on 15 minutes too long. I didn't like how he won the championship in 2016 and then went on to face Ray.
Well, I was at that WrestleMania, so wasn't bothered.
But yeah, as I say, I was a huge DX fan back in the day. I liked it when they doing them silly returns in 06 and 09. They did the X returns like that. But
I think have you ever seen him live?
No.
I think once his music hits, I think he's just lost in it just because of how it's so iconic, isn't it? And then that Motorhead, and then he just fixed on it, and I think he's just got an aura about him.
Yeah, definitely. I'm just off the WWE need to try and make new stars, so having to keep bringing back old people from the from the 90s and the early 2000s isn't helping. Because they come back and they win, and you're like, well, you're meant to come back and then put over new people, but you never do.
I know we say this, but I'm going to WrestleMania again this year, and there's part of me that just wants some more people to come back rather than the current roster. I mean, so they're kind of feeding that kind of want, aren't they? Because people are traveling that way. They can watch Seth Rollins every week, but you don't get to see Goldberg live every now and again, do you? So I don't know. I don't really know what my opinion is on it.
I don't like old Goldberg coming back, but he doesn't have to win the championship every time he comes.
Oh no, yeah, fair enough. I'm quite upset they're doing Reigns Brock again at Mania, but
it's a different slant on it. We've never seen face Brock versus this Roman, so I'm all right with it.
I was hoping, just because I'm going, this is the year they're going to do Rock Reigns, but unfortunately not.
Is it next year is it this year it's going to be in California, or is it next year's going to be?
This one's in Dallas.
In Dallas, so next year's in Hollywood-ish, isn't it? So we can do a whole movie star thing next year.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm not going to the next one. It's too expensive.
Yeah. So what prompted you to turn the tights and get in the ring yourself?
So I wasn't actually aware there was a British scene at all.
No.
As bizarre as it sounds. I played a lot of football in uni. I'm just getting bored of it. Just getting bored of people getting annoyed at each other for making mistakes. So I was just getting, I was playing it 3 times a week. I was just getting bored of it. And then thought, well, I've always loved wrestling. I watch it every week. I like being active and fit. What can I do it? And then Googled it. And then at the time I lived in Blackburn, and PCW were starting their academy literally like the month after. So I thought, why not? And then, ever since started, not really looked back.
Was the likes of The Rock and Triple H you wanted to mold your style around when you start training?
See, I don't really. It's weird. I don't look at wrestlers and go, I want to mold myself on them. I kind of just. It's not like I kind of just like to do what I feel is I'm comfortably good at.
Yeah.
So it's like I'll look like sometimes I'm like, oh, I'd love to be able to do Randy Orton's Power Slam. Oh, but it's so ridiculously smooth. I tried it the other week and nearly like I don't know. I feel like I pulled my neck trying to do it that quick. It's just so I don't know. I'll try.
You have to rely on your opponent to get the neck right in as well, or you'll just throw them on their head.
Yeah, it's pretty much just a flip bump for the other person. But it's that I don't know. It's getting that right, and I think I'll try a few things and then I'll be like, right, I'm good at this. I'll do this a bit more, and I won't really like. I note down some moves, but it's never really one specific person. Like when I watch wrestling, I try and just not watch it from a worker's point of view. I try to just enjoy it.
Yes.
Which is hard sometimes. What's actually harder? I thought in person it would be easy to get lost in it.
Yeah.
Because I've been to quite a few roles in Manchester, and like I went to the tour a few months ago. Was it October? And I find myself just going right, calling it like and annoying my missus or annoying whoever I'm with. Going like, I'll be like, it's finished now. But then when I watch it on TV, I get lost in it more, which is weird.
It's weird going to see WWE and you don't have commentary when I've seen them live. I'm like, that's quite.
Yeah,
you get used to it. British shows where you don't have commentary, but I just find it dead weird when you go to a live event with WWE and you haven't got Michael Cole shouting down your ear. So it's like,
well, they don't do as much crowd work as because they've trained the TV, aren't they? They don't like as well. It's a lot bigger stadiums. Like we wrestle in recreational clubs, so it's like 100 people there, and it's more personal. So you get more involved. You don't need those commentators.
Well, TNT Ignition, you can just hear Simon Hill through the whole build.
Yeah.
He's so loud when he commentates.
I'm going to my first TNT show is it this Sunday?
This Sunday. I'm hoping to go. I've just texted Jay after now, seeing who's got any tickets still.
Well, I'm driving Franco there, so I'm hoping there's a ticket on the door. We're waiting outside for him.
That means you'll be going to Wrestle Island on the 20th as well.
I've got to work some things out because I can't drive him everywhere at the moment. So I'm just trying to sort out my own personal schedule first, because I think there's a day where I'm working GTM and he's working in Cheltenham. So obviously, we both can't. I won't be able to drive to Cheltenham and then get up to Bradford.
I think that 20th he's working Wrestle Island and then he has to go to Tidal on the same day.
I saw that, and I thought, don't they start at similar times?
I'm assuming he's just going to do the opener at Wrestle Island, do his photo shoot, and then shoot off. So.
Run to Huddersfield.
That's what I'm assuming it's going to be. So. Yeah. But I'm looking forward to seeing him live. I've interviewed him twice, so it's going to be nice to meet in person. So hopefully I'll be there on Sunday. I'm definitely there at Wrestle Island. I've got the tickets for Wrestle Island. Yeah, my youngest has just decided he does want to go on Sunday, so I'm like, yes, let's go. So,
yeah.
He's got to think Synergy are bad guys at TNT, and they once put the hand up to go high five, then pulled it away, called loser. He cries every time they come out now because they humiliate him again. So
but Synergy are the nicest people ever.
I keep telling them they're really nice. And the faces of most people. But I think they just, I don't know whether because they'll just sit with me and they can't. I've interviewed them in the past, so I'll do it to Chris's kid. But, but because Synergy aren't there, he's like, yes.
Why aren't Synergy there? Synergy should be everywhere.
They haven't been announced. So hopefully they'll be there anyway.
There's a lot of matches announced for that.
Yes, there is.
Yeah.
I'm interested how they're going to do a fake boxing match with her.
They might just let RIP kill Sonna.
Yeah. So did you have an idea of a character you wanted to do when you started training?
No, to be honest.
That was version 1 of Bentley, like?
Yeah, version 1 of Bentley was just an angry man. Didn't really, be honest, for a long time, I struggle with the character stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm still getting them. I've kind of given myself a focus now by giving myself this vigilante gimmick and throwing myself into it, because I felt like I was just generic face or heel and the heel for most places. And it wasn't really, that's not going to get anyone anywhere as it's been Mr. Generic. So I thought, well, I'm going to do something to make myself stand out a bit more. Like I try, even with social media, I try and just pump out social media stuff quite a lot because not a tremendous amount of people do. So don't know. Just thought, get my name around that way, start getting branded stuff, start doing promos for like almost every match I've done and just put them out there just for practice and just to get better at it. So it's the gimmick stuff is the stuff I struggle with. So it's nice to try actually have a direction to go in. It was a bit of a shock to the system with the Danny Hope match because obviously he's faced and I'd been building this character over the last so many months, did my release video, I've worked face everywhere, and it was the first time I'd actually worked that character because I was about to work the character and I got injured at the end of November. So then the Danny Hope match was the first match back and I had that character ready, and then obviously heel. So I kind of was like, okay, I had an idea how to spin it as heel, but I hadn't really fully worked on it because I'd just been working on the face angle of it. So it was more of a, right, biggest match of my career because it's Danny, it's at PCW, and I'm just going to have to throw myself into it.
Yeah.
But I kind of just found myself repeating the same line over and over again, which is, stupid, but obviously it's stuff to work on, which is why we do it.
And I think promoters really appreciate it when you try and promote your matches and stuff online. And
yeah, I think, well, I mean, how else are people going to know who you are or, create buzz or create stories? Like, that's what I try my best.
Yeah, especially if you do it off your own back rather than having to be asked as well. They really appreciate the engagements and stuff.
Yeah.
Cool. Do you have a wish list of people you want to face over the next year or so?
Oh, that's a good question. Like I said, Rabbit's been on my list just because I know we'll kill each other. I actually really want to. I said this the other day. I really want to fight Dave Getski.
Oh yeah. Just
because I don't know. We've trained together at LWF quite a few times. Seen him in the ring. He's at BTW. He's been on the last 2 BTW shows. Just feel like me and him could have a decent match.
He's somebody I've only recently discovered, so he's quite cool. He's very cool.
Yeah, and then there's a lot of people like Dave Birch. Love a match with Dave Birch.
Yes,
like me, him. So the inaugural PCW class was me, Dave Birch, Alex Boylin, Jack Barron, and Phil Michael. Sorry if I missed anyone there, if anyone's listening. But that was the originals from PCW, their inaugural class.
Of course, that's a great group.
Yeah. But then I've never really faced Dave. I faced him in a 4-way once at RWL. So I think, if I can remember every spot he's got, but, it'd be fun.
I interviewed for Phil Michaels August last year. He's really
a nice man.
Yeah, really nice bloke.
Yeah. Well, I think he's trying to branch out, I think. He should be in a lot more places.
Yeah. He's one of the people. I think he just needs to tweak one. I don't know what it is, but there's one thing he just needs to tweak something, and I think he'll be everywhere. He just needs to find this unique selling points for him.
Do you know what happened at PCW at the end of January? He came out against him and Axel Strife, and I don't know what it was, but the crowd flipped.
Yeah,
it was. I mean, I thought it was amazing. Heel Phil.
Oh wow!
Because he's face everywhere, isn't he? He's Mr. Nice Guy Phil. And I don't know, the crowd were eating it up. They loved it. So maybe he just needs to turn heel. Because the crowd literally started chanting for Axel and started booing for Phil. But it was it was mega loud. So it wasn't So I think it's because he started brawling in the crowd, but it was more Phil did a jump on him during Phil's own entrance. Axel was in the crowd, and then Phil just jumped him, and then it escalated from there.
Wow!
But I loved heel Phil.
I'll still look that up. That sounds amazing.
This is Dynamite Lee, and you are watching Broken But Glorious. And if you ain't watching, you better not light that fuse. Otherwise, we'll be...
Right, so if you're a promoter for a day, promoting an event, using wrestlers you've worked or trained with, wrestlers are associated with you in some way. If I give you a match type, you tell me who you put in that match.
Go on then, go for it.
Cool. And as it's your show, every match can be intergender, every match can be 3-way, 4-way, 5-way. There's no budget. So it's...
Well...
You can do whatever you want. If you want to throw a silly stipulation on a match, you can do that. It's your show.
Yeah, funnily enough, I haven't thought of many silly stipulations.
Right, so who'll be in your opening contest? Get crowd excited.
So, speaking of Phil Michael, I had Phil Michael in this.
Yes.
I actually had Phil, Jack Barron, and Sonna as a triple threat.
That'd be fun.
It'd just be a masterclass, wouldn't it?
I'd love that.
I mean, I don't know who's going to heel Phil, obviously, now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that'd be awesome. Just
that'd be fun.
Because obviously started training with Jack and Phil back in 7 years ago, and then I've had a few lessons off Sonna at LWF, so there's the connections for you.
Yeah, Sonna's one of them people who I think is going to be everywhere soon. He's going to break out in the Northwest very soon.
He's brilliant.
So now he was trying to get into pre-lockdown. He had a few bookings in like Yorkshire around there. Like, I know he had a show. He appeared on Raw once, rowing. So he's getting out there. But yeah, I think he'll be out everywhere soon.
He should be.
About a comedy style match.
So I've not worked with a lot of comedy people, but I know of comedy people, and I went with Axel.
Yes,
Drive, who mentioned before at PCW, because he's just a lunatic. He'll just gobby. And then I went for the Isaiah Quinn. Those two could just have a decent comedy thing.
I love Isaiah. I'm gutted after Isaiah.
I know. Who doesn't love Isaiah? And any of the stuff he's doing now, isn't it? Like with the worst, and it's just genius. I
love this Drum Knockdown is following the following series. I was like, it's good that stopped. That was really good. When he was just trying to start a cult to look like.
I don't know where he gets the ideas.
No, I need to get him back on the show. It's been a couple of years.
Yeah.
A women's title match?
Women's, did you say?
Yes.
So I went with Jenny B, because I know her quite well, trained with her a lot, and because when I used to train at PCW, Tony Storm used to come down a lot, so I went with Jenny B against Tony Storm.
Oh, that'd be fun.
She's a free agent now as well, so there you go, someone book it.
It'd be interesting whether she'll come back to the Vicious scene or she'll just stay in Japan, because...
Yeah, did she come back much after she went to Japan originally?
I think she lived really cool to me, because she used to go to the same gym as I walked past. I didn't go to the gym, but it was right next to my work, and I walked past and she'll be doing the workouts.
She used to bring donuts to training.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she used to come with a lot of donuts. I mean, she does enough working out, so...
Yeah, you look like that, you can eat as many donuts as you want. You're going to work it out. So, not like me, if I look at a donuts, I put on 5 pounds. So. A mid-card title match?
So, a triple threat. Dave Birch against Ryan Hunter.
Ooh.
And randomly, because he did quite a bit of training for us at PCW at one point, Ken Anderson. Just thought I'd stick him in there.
That'd be fun. That's good, two proper heavyweights and then Dave Birch.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Well, yeah, just stick those randomly in there, just whap them in together.
Yeah, I've seen quite a lot of Ryan Hunter recently. I went
John Cena of Morecambe.
Yeah, I was at Morecambe on Saturday, his match against Nathan Cruz. That was a fun match. And I saw his title match against Lance Rivera at TNT, and then he was in the TNT Rumble. He's really fun.
I worked with him quite a while ago at IWL or TWA, and also at the TNT in Leeds, the littler one.
Yeah.
All I remember, he's a really nice guy, but he hits hard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. A Hardcore Extreme Rules style match?
So I went with Rarebit against Jack Johnson.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
Just because Jack's got he's got no sense of safety for his own body.
No.
They'll just do anything, and then so was Rarebit, so kill each other.
That'd be fun. I like Jack. I've only recently discovered Rarebit as well.
Yeah, he's not, I think he will be everywhere at some point, because he's got the charisma and the character, and he can do comedy and serious.
That's when I was researching for Dynamite Lee interview, I've discovered it against.
Yeah, BTW. What actually sets him back is he's not got any social media. So no one can get hold of him.
No.
It fits the character, but...
Don't know how you do it these days. What do you need? At least an email address, don't you?
He's also only got a flip phone.
Ooh, I've never had a flip phone.
He's not got a smartphone, he has a flip phone. So that's why you can't get hold of Rabbit.
Your tag team title match?
So I went with Wrecking Crew, Getski and Chris Stone.
Yes.
Drew them, obviously, LWF. And because I've only met two of these out of the three. I've had to go with Synergy, but Ryan and Jack.
Yes, that's fun.
Yeah, because I've not met Chris, and I've had seminar, LWF training off Ryan and Jack. Both really nice guys. So I thought, surely that's an upcoming match at some point on LWF anyway.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Actually, I think the next show it's a 4-on-4? And they're on opposite sides anyway.
Oh,
so I think,
isn't it Wrecking Crew and the Mercenary Squad versus Synergy? Was that
yes, Synergy, Joey, and Danny, I think.
Yeah.
that card stacked.
Yeah. I keep telling Steve, maybe I'll get down there one day. But
yeah.
There's so much wrestling at the moment. I think there's so many pennies.
Oh, there's about 5 shows a week these days.
Yeah. I was like, before lockdown, we used to go to Wrestle Island and that was it. But I think the kids just because they're 18 months of no wrestling, we go, we start going like all-star wrestling when it comes near. And we start getting TNT Ignition nearly every show. We went to Britannia in the summer.
We did a camp show for them, Britannia.
Yeah.
Last year at a food festival. That was fun.
Is that the one by the boats?
The one where?
There's one by a big battleship. Was that one?
Yeah, that one, yeah. It was fun, but I'm not sure everyone there knew what they were watching because they came for food.
Yeah. Yeah, we went to see it at the Wrexham Festival or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were cheering on RG Sullivan. Like a little kid came over and asked if we were his dad's parents. So because he was working heel and everybody else was booing him, but we like RG.
Speaking of that, my mate came to the last BCW show, and he's like in his 40s, but it was the first ever wrestling show I'd been to. He was one of those kind of closeted wrestling fans because he didn't really know anybody who liked wrestling. So, and then I met him at work, and then on a night out randomly, and then he was like kind of pushed me in a corner and was like, "So, do you like wrestling?" I was like, "Yeah, but I'm not scared to admit it." And then it's kind of we've kind of been friends ever since. He's coming to WrestleMania with me this year, but as I said, his first show was at BCW, and I was against Stock's last show. And we were on quite late on before the main, and the drinks are cheap there.
Yes.
And so he was sat on his own, but he made friends with a lovely table of like old ladies.
Mm-hmm.
And he was smashed by the time I came out. But, like they thought he was planted in the audience because he was like loud and like that into it. So
yeah.
But yeah, it was. It's fun that people like that can enjoy it after because it is kind of not taboo, but like it's one of those things you mention it and people are like, oh, I only watched that when I was a kid.
Yeah. Because they only think about they either bring up 80 World of Sport or they bring up 80s, early 90s WWF. There's the British scene. It's completely not.
It's
so much other stuff.
Different.
Yeah. I've been trying to get my brother to come to a wrestling show for forever because I want to go to the extreme shows, but I went to one by myself. Luckily, there was people there I knew, but I think my brother would love it. But just trying to get him to go.
It's hard to persuade some people.
So we've done the tag team. I'm trying to remember where we're on.
Yeah, we segued a bit, didn't we?
All right, then it's your main event.
So I just went with basically the highest profile people I'd so worked with obviously recently Danny Hope.
Yes.
So the other three. So I learned a lot off Joey and Bone because they were the main trainers at PCW back then. And then at the time, Charlie Sterling was also there a lot because Bone pretty much brought him every time he was there. So he did a lot of training there and helped us a lot. So basically a 4-way with Danny Up, Charlie Sterling, Bone, and Joey Ayers.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so he's got Tyson T-Bone.
Yeah, T-Bone.
Just for the listeners.
Yeah, sorry.
He's a really nice guy. I've met him a couple of times, meet and greets, and I was very drunk when I met him at the Wrestling Media Con in 2018. I don't know if he remembers meeting me then.
Well, I watched, so they did Top Rope, December it was, whilst I was injured. Went to watch, it was Bone against Charlie, and it was just, watching them two work together was just basically a learning experience. It was just like, wow, this is how you do it, basically.
I was surprised when he got announced for some local dates. I'm like, not a lot of them.
I think he likes to work NXT, stuff like that.
NXT UK guys can do other dates. Not sure especially this contract.
I don't think so. I think the NXT UK people work places, I think.
Well, anyway, that was a great card. I'd love to watch that.
Yeah.
It's not big.
Didn't even put myself on it.
No? Yeah, I interviewed Chase Alexander earlier today, and he put himself in the main event and put himself over in the main event.
Did he go for who was winning each match? Oh, I didn't even get that far.
It was a 7-way scramble martini on a pole match. I don't know how it would work. That's what we came up with for its main event. But yeah, so we've mentioned Biggest Date Ever. Where else can people see in the near future?
So yeah, I've got after that GTM in Bradford. It's the main event, me and Sean only on the 19th.
Yes.
To be fair though, if you can't go over to Bradford, all their shows get streamed online on the Facebook page with commentary.
Oh wow! Okay.
So yeah, and then I think you can go back on their page somewhere and watch the past shows and flick through them if you wanted to. And then after that, I'm waiting for more BTW. I've got GTM. I've got a show every single month this year, so I'm pretty much not got the exact dates, but I'm pretty much going to be on that for the foreseeable. Apart from March when I'm in America for WrestleMania.
Yes.
Pinfall, I think they're starting again end of March, which annoyingly I'm in America. But yeah, you can see me after I've been to America after February, basically. Because there are some shows I've been asked to do a week or two before I go to America, but I don't know if I'm going to risk it because I have to do a test before I go to America.
Definitely.
And I spent a lot of money. And yeah, I've got to do it 24 hours before. So if I end up catching something before I set off, not going to be worth it.
Are you watching any other shows while you're over there? Or just going to make?
Just got Raw tickets this afternoon because the pre-sale was on.
Yeah.
SmackDown tickets aren't out yet, so we'll be getting them. So there's a lot of indie events announced, but there's no ticket sales for them yet. So just get SmackDown out of the way and then see what else is about. I think we'll probably do the WrestleCon because they do that every year.
Yeah.
They do a Supercard of Honor thing, which apparently anybody's turned up to for in the past, so it could be anyone.
Yeah.
GCW are doing a big festival thing, so I might get nipped down to that. And I think it's pretty much annoyingly, AEW aren't doing it the WrestleMania week, but because
a lot of their guys are here doing conventions that week. I think it's the Welsh.
Yeah, I think it's
that weekend.
I think it's intentional.
Yeah,
because I think Tony Garn's in the past they're not working. They're going to do WrestleMania week just because it's. I don't know why. Because they could get a lot of. They'd probably sell out.
Yeah, definitely.
Not probably, definitely.
Before we go, do you want to post any social media?
Yeah, so I'm most active probably on Instagram, so you can watch me or follow me on there on the.bentley_, and then my Twitter is, give me 1 second, is just the Bentley_, and my Facebook is actually the Vigilante Bentley. So yeah, follow me on anything, get in touch. I would say buy my t-shirt, but they've sold out.
Yeah. So links will be in the description below the interview if anybody wants to follow you. So I've really enjoyed speaking there. I'd love to have you on again in the future.
No worries.
It was a lot of fun.
It's been a pleasure.